Management consultancy is the business of providing management and related advice to a wide variety of organizations or clients, and increasingly, the implementation of that advice. An estimated 15 consulting firms with over 150 consultants exist in Belize. Chamberlain Consulting Limited is a well-known firm in Belize, incorporated in 2003 and operating as a full-fledged consulting firm since 2015.
It's a very exciting environment because you get to wear boots and you get to wear high heels and you get to do whatever it is. At the very end of it, we come up with a real document that can guide an organization, a company, or an entity in reference to the next steps to take.
Consultancies may also provide organizational change management assistance, development of coaching skills, process analysis, technology implementation, and strategy development. So how does consultancy impact clients?
One of the most important impacts that it has is the fact that, first of all, within a company, they become engrossed in day-to-day activities, or what we want to call business as usual. Consultants get into what is business unusual. So we get to do the deep dive, but we come in with that fresh pair of eyes. So when we come in, we've never been there before, we've never seen it before. And even the team members that they have within their workplace are more receptive to listening to an outsider say it. And they're also willing to tell the truth to an outsider, asking the questions.
Each client is unique. Each client has their own set of specific needs. What we try and do is take, so Belize is a developing country, emerging market, whatever you want to call it. We're not as advanced as the big boys. So we're trying to take their models, their tools, and fit it in a way that is practical and applicable here in Belize.
There is a wide variety of consulting services. In Belize, there are firms in the areas of taxes, law, medicine, marketing, and finance. PPF Capital Belize Limited is a financial consulting firm that has been around for about 3 years.
We do consulting in finance, strategic planning, risk management, governance, and green finance. It's a very sort of research-driven environment. A lot of the times, a lot of the feedback we get is, I didn't know people did stuff like this here. Recently, a lot of our clients in the financial sector there's a lot of demand for governance and for risk management. So it's setting up risk management frameworks, working with board of directors and management to explain these are the risks, these are how you measure it, and this is how it should tie back into your overarching strategy and how you measure success.
Many countries have made commitments at the World Trade Organization, WTO, in management consulting services. Belize has not yet made any commitments in this sector at the multilateral level, but it does export management consulting services. The Directorate General for Foreign Trade, DGFT, is the national authority in negotiations fostering trade and linking Belize to the global market. Within that department, there is the WTO Multilateral Trade Unit.
The DGFT primary responsibility is for the coordination, implementation, and development of foreign trade policy. It also has a role to execute trade negotiations with other external partners. Also, it has a primary role in ensuring that there is a development of trading relations with other nations to ensure economic growth. We ensure that there is coordination among the activities or the initiatives of the WTO, that it makes sure that it's done nationally. So it's threefold, right? So we have the coordinating of the initiatives of the WTO. We also have the compliance aspect, and also to ensure that that there's a representation at the WTO in the negotiations there. We represent the country at foreign bodies. So there are various international committees and bodies which we would represent on. So when we do participate there is where we would then, on behalf of those that we consult, present our needs or present positions that would help to build our economy.
The DGFT launched Belize's national trade policy in March 2019. The document outlined the policies of the government to strengthen supply capacity and increase the competitiveness of trade, including the services sector.
In the policy, it covers all trade and trade-related areas. So trade and services is one of the areas that is covered. And there is the vision under that which government has committed to is to develop a competitive economy by utilizing trading goods and services as a significant driver for inclusive and sustainable socioeconomic development. It looks at developing and expanding the capacity and contribution of services to the overall economy.
According to the International Trade Center Trade Map, estimated export values in consulting management services from Belize to the world from 2014 to 2017 totaled $21.9 million. COVID-19 has brought about a changing business landscape, and so the global management consulting market size is expected to decrease from $160 billion in 2019 to $130 billion in 2020. The consultancy services sector in Belize is currently valued at an estimated $20 million Belize dollars. So how do these companies remain relevant amidst the pandemic? Travel bans as a consequence of COVID-19 have compelled international consulting firms unable to travel to procure the services of local firms to execute and complete their services in the Belizean market.
I've started to reach out and partner, and I will be delivering work in Belize for my foreign consultants who got jobs in Belize but can't come. So now a lot of international consultants are reaching out to me because they got jobs, they have deadlines, but they can't come. So I will be rolling out our company will be rolling out quite a bit of that work. So I don't think it's a loss situation, it's a conversion. And yes, there is a loss of revenue, but we have seen ways how you can shift it.
The kind of financial advisory, strategic advisory, and risk management and governance advisory services that we provide, I think it's even more underscored now that the clients would require such things. So it's working with your clients to assist them and help them as they adapt to this, I won't even say a new normal, this continuously changing environment that we're now in.
One of the challenges of this sector is the preference among private and public entities to hire international consulting firms instead of Belizean firms.
One of the largest challenges that I believe exists initially was where there wasn't a trust of local consultants within the local consulting environment. We still see a lot of local companies and local organizations hiring internationally. And I'm not sure the reason, because it's interesting, but internationally they hire us to go. So, but I don't know if it's a capacity. They don't believe that we may have the capacity to deliver what it is. But that I believe is one of the largest challenges. On a Belizean perspective, we speak about buying local, but we think about products only. And we don't understand that buying services local is also very important.
Through the Belize Coalition of Service Providers, BCSP, which is the umbrella organization for the service sector, Belize has been able to connect to regional and international partners to help grow the industry.
Our purpose is to get them organized, to assist in their incorporation should they need that assistance, and at the same time provide that one-stop outlet where all information from the Caribbean for opportunities from the governments, providing advocacy and lobbying on their behalf, being that one spot that every information comes that we can forward it out.
The move by the government of Belize to amalgamate the tax administration has also impacted the consultancy services sector. This sector is often confronted with the high cost of establishing and doing business in Belize. This became more acute with COVID-19 as there exist overhead expenses without incoming revenue. The modernization of the tax administration system is aimed at improving service delivery, realizing efficiencies, and enhancing revenue collection.
With the new tax system, not only will taxpayers be able to file online, pay online, but they'll be able to control their tax account, see what is happening, see if there's a refund due, where the refund process is, how long they will take to get their refund.
Another way of bolstering this sector within the region is to provide for greater transparency in the procuring process and publication of services contracts. The government of Belize signed the Regional Protocol on Public Procurement for the Caribbean Community on July 5, 2019, and ratified it on October 4, 2019. The protocol provides for a community public procurement notice board, which is an electronic platform that will serve as an online workspace for procuring entities to register and post their public procurement information. Financial Secretary Joseph Waite explained how the platform will benefit Belize.
Increase efficiency, to also increase our reach output. Not only will we be advertising within Belize through a newspaper or through the government gazette, but throughout the Caribbean, throughout the CARICOM market. If the government of Belize requires some type of good or service, we put the specifications and notice up on this electronic board, and anybody who's registered can log in, see, and have an opportunity to respond as suppliers, not only in Belize but the region. So it would be quicker, we have more access, and at the end of the day it should be more efficient, and we should get better value for our money.
And with all these efforts, Chamberlain Miranda said that the successful growth of consultancies will come down to the quality of service they provide and the willingness to expand their product.
So the reality is that people need to realize that within this business, you're marketing yourself every second of the day. So it's very important that consultants realize the importance of how to market, but realize the biggest part about marketing and consulting within this country is networking. We as a Caribbean people and as a Belizean people have to stop looking at others as competition and start to look at them as co-opetition, where we can join forces and do things together.
Networking, collaboration, and cooperation are even more vital at this time within the consultancy field. Consultants must be updated on new methodologies required for the execution of their service and gain accreditation to attract and successfully fulfill the requirements of competitive bids. Once management consultancy firms are able to innovate and adapt to the new norm, they will be able to continue to successfully advise other businesses and therefore positively contribute to the local economy.